Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Alexandria. I'm a registered nurse and a freelance health content writer. And today I'm going to be talking about whether or not you should expand on your content writing business. If you like what you hear, please subscribe to my channel and tell me how I'm doing. I read all of the feedback. So let's get into it. So, should you expand on your content writing business? I think the simple answer to this question is that it really depends on you. Are you in a space where you want to expand, where you can expand? Because expansion sometimes takes a team of people. You also have to think about what is your intention with expanding? What do you want to do with your health content writing business? I know for other nurses, I have seen nurses expand their freelance writing or go from freelance writing to being an editor or to being a reviewer for different companies. I've seen nurses who are writing copy or content for websites for business owners. I've seen nurses who are, doing a lot of other things. They're doing content creation, or they're, doing that content creation for either themselves, for their website or their brand, or for someone else's. Ghostwriting is also a very popular topic or way to expand on your business. I know for me, I started my content writing business in 2022, and I have chosen to stay within the content writing space. And the way that I've chosen to expand my business is to teach other nurses and other healthcare professionals about the content writing space and how to get into it. And there's not that many of us who are doing that right now. And I really kind of saw the need for more of us to kind of help out with that and help people understand that there is a career away from the bedside if they choose to, and it doesn't have to be full of stress. It doesn't have to be high risk, high reward. I consider freelance writing, in comparison to other businesses that nurses have started, as really kind of a low risk but really a high reward, because the more confident you become and the more experienced you become with writing content, clients are just going to flock to you. I mean, there's just really not much of an opportunity for you to fail unless you just don't want to do the content writing anymore. And that's okay. Some people find that writing takes a lot out of them. And I think sometimes people find that writing takes a lot out of them, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes because they're either writing too many things at once, or they're trying to educate themselves about a topic that they are not a subject matter expert in. And that's really important when you talk about things like expanding your business. If you are doing something that is new and unfamiliar to you, you have to allocate time for learning. I think a lot of people really kind of forget that, and it's really important that you don't. So again, for me, I decided to go into teaching other nurses and other healthcare professionals how to start a freelance writing business. And let me tell you, the learning curve was real. It still is. If I'm being honest, I have spent a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of energy into really becoming that type of educator that can help other people learn and grow, both from my mistakes, but also in this world that I'm still learning about every day. And I think that's one of the things that we sometimes forget, is that learning is never something that just stops, right? The more we invest our time and energy into it, you can be a freelance writer just like you can be a nurse for 30 years and still walk into the job on year 31 and learn something new. So don't forget that. I know, again, for me, with the process of teaching other nurses how to become freelance writers, I have spent a lot of time in learning new platforms to get myself out there for people, and then also learning really just how to be a better or more effective communicator. A lot of people have different ways of learning things, and I think it's critical that people understand this. People learn through written form, they learn through audio, and they learn through visual, and there's probably a million other ways that people learn. And sometimes people learn through repetition. I mean, there are so many ways that people learn, and I've had to learn that I can't just write my content and expect people to flock to that. I also have to put out a video that talks about this content. I have to sometimes have a long form video, a short form video, and then still have some written content so people who don't get the short or the reel are like, huh? They can go to the description, right? And see exactly what it is I'm talking about. So I would say answering the question of should you should you expand on your content writing business, that really varies on you. So I have a couple of things that I want to remind people about. Do you have the time to expand? Do you have the time to learn something new? Do you have the time to really kind of hone your skills to educate others if that's something that you're going into? And then what's your purpose? What's your why? Why do you want to expand in the first place? You know, sometimes we see people doing these other things, and I'm guilty of it. We see people doing other things and we say, oh, I can do that. I can do that, but without really thinking about just how much time and effort and energy it may take for you to put into that. I know, for example, something as simple for me, I saw nurses starting to invite other nurses to guest blog on their website. And I said, oh, that's so easy. I can do that. And then I really had to think about the fact that, oh, like this would require time. I would have to go and seek people out, make sure that first off, I have to advertise that I'm doing this. Then I have to seek those people out, vet them, meaning that as they come in with an assignment that they think is something, you know, that they really are passionate about publishing, I have to make sure that if it's going on my website, it's something that I feel is going to be valuable to my own audience. Then I have to edit. I have to go back and forth with the freelance writer who might be new in the freelance writing game on their edits and their style and their tone and their way of talking to people, again, to make sure that it aligns with the content that I've been putting out for my audience. Then there's the publishing. Then there's the advertising that I have put out this new content, or that I have supported a new freelance writer with this new content. That sounds like it's so much, like it's so easy and takes so little time, but that's a lot of energy and effort and work. And you want to find the balance, right, between making sure that you support that new freelance writer and also making sure that you're giving them the best shot at really propelling their career forward by publishing a blog on your site. So it's things like that that make you think, okay, I see people doing other things, but that doesn't always mean that it's the right timing for me or that it's something that makes sense for me. So in terms of answering the question whether or not you should expand on your business, that is something that you have to answer. You have to do some deep research and really kind of understand what your intentions are with your business. That is all I have for this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like what you hear, please subscribe to the video or subscribe to the channel and tell me how I'm doing. I'd love to hear from you.